they say films and dance are an integral part of each other because dancing also is a very, very important part of acting. Today, on Hashtag with Abhyangh, the celebrity that we are going to meet is someone who has stormed the Marathi film industry. What makes it more special is because not only Marathi films, but she also is a very, very strong dancer. Films like Natrang, Poster Girl, Mitwa, and Hindi films like Grand Masti or Singham 2. We're going to meet one of the most beautiful and one of the most amazing dancers and a fabulous person. Not much of a surprise, the one and only Sonalee Kulkarni.
Hi Abhyangh.
Hey Sonalee, welcome to Hashtag with Abhyangh and such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Sonalee, so a very interesting question, just to take you back memory lane. I was just talking to you about that some time back. Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, जब we met.
जब we met.
Of course I remember. Me 9वीत होते आणि I was about 14 years of age, and that was the time when I had just started performing outside school and army events as a dancer. And I remember I did one of my first few commercial shows with you guys. You and Sharvari Tai were performing.
Yes.
And I had to perform that time's most sensational dance number, Babuji Zara Dheere Chalo,
Yana Gupta.
in front of Yana Gupta. And it was amazing, and that's how we met. You and Sharvari Tai at the same time, and I'm still in touch with both of you.
I'm so glad we're still working together, which is the best thing.
Absolutely.
How did this whole journey begin? Because dancing is different from acting. However, I know it for a fact that you've used your dancing to the fullest potential when you became an actress. कारण जी जी गाणी तू आतापर्यंत केली आहेस, मला असं वाटतं की you've redefined dancing in Marathi films, like that. So ही journey सुरू कशी झाली? How did it all begin? From dancing to acting?
I think everything that I do has been in me ever since I remember. So ever since I remember, I have been dancing on stage. Like I said just in the beginning, that I used to perform at my school events and army events.
Right.
I come from an army background,
yes.
And we have a lot of cultural activities happening in the army clubs for the families and the kids of the
That's right.
people. And since then, I remember I was about 4 to 5 years of age. I have been dancing on that stage.
Okay.
And of course in school functions and all these places, dancing has given me, I think, a platform where I think I can express myself the best. After doing these shows, I started doing commercial shows that we spoke about, where we met. And I think I've been performing with all the bands and groups in Pune for the last 15 years now. Dancing took me into acting. It was a gradual progression, I thought. I always wanted to become an actress. I used to imitate all the actresses I used to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So after watching any films of like Sridevi or Madhuri or Kajol or Karishma, in those days, I used to come back home, stand in front of the mirror and enact all the dialogues and perform all the steps that they did in the films.
That's awesome.
So that used to be my favorite hobby. And I don't know when this hobby actually became a passion. I don't know. I don't realize what was the point, but I think it was always there. I remember during those days when I was just, I think, 14, 15, somebody told me that you need to do a portfolio, you should meet choreographers, you should meet fashion photographers, you should meet directors in Pune. FTI is the hub where everybody wants to go.
Absolutely.
So somebody told me to go to FTI, and I met a director there, Shilpi Das Gupta, who was doing her...
I know Shilpi very well.
Yeah,
yes,
who was doing
yes.
her diploma film.
Yes.
And she was shooting, and somebody introduced me to her. She's like, yeah, go stand in the mob. So I went and I stood there in the mob, and I was like, wow, this is like dream, and this is what I want to do. So I was standing in the mob the whole day.
Okay.
I don't know what was happening, but after the day got over, I was like, dude, I don't know, I have to do this. This is the only thing that I want to do in my life now. That was the realization. And then somebody told me that portfolio karo, ye karo, wo karo. So I started meeting people with my portfolio. I did a couple of commercial shoots.
Mm-hmm.
First big one was with Prasado.
Mm-hmm.
Reliance had just gotten into telecom.
Oh wow.
So it was one of the biggest campaigns of that time.
Right.
Then I did a couple of rap shows. I did beauty pageants and all.
We've done a show together.
Yeah, I won one of them. And gradually, while I was giving auditions for everything that was happening around, I landed up for an audition for a Marathi show. There was a Marathi daily show.
Oh, okay.
For ETV Marathi, Colors Marathi was ETV Marathi then.
Yes.
And because it was a dance-oriented role, I thought, I should give it a try. But that time, I wasn't very fluent with Marathi because I never spoke Marathi.
Yes.
Marathi was not my mother tongue.
Yes.
My mother tongue
is Punjabi.
So, because I hadn't spoken in Marathi a lot, I was not very sure whether I would get into Marathi cinema. I had not followed a lot of Marathi films. I didn't know the Marathi circle, as you say. But because I landed up for that audition, and it was a dance-oriented audition, I was like, "Chalo, kar to dete audition, baguyat nantar language sa काय." So the director was quite confident. Usha Deshpande was the director. Atul Sidhe was doing the look test and everything, and he was like, "You know what? Marathi, तू कुलकर्णी आहेस. मराठी ग्रीक नाही आहे, त्यामुळे तू बोलू शकशील. आम्ही तुला मदत करू, तुला ट्यूट करू. We'll give you time to get your Marathi in place. You should give an audition." Now the audition देऊन मग बघू.
So we could sit for a while.
One pager audition, which took me half an hour to read.
Okay.
So I mugged my lines and I gave the audition and I got selected. That's how things changed, and it was with Vikram Gokhale. My entire character was with Vikram Gokhale.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, and
what was the name of the show?
It was one of the biggest shows on television that time. Ha Khel Sanchitacha. It was a musical.
Yes,
he was a classical musician, a singer.
Yes.
And that's when I think Vikramji and classical singer, the synonyms are because he just recently done Hum Dil Do Ki Sanam.
Yes,
he was
exactly.
Big in that,
exactly.
In that zone. So he was very sweet with me. He used to help me with the language. My first tuitions were with Vikram Gokhale himself. So yeah, so he helped me with that, and then slowly.
And how did movies begin?
From the sets of Ha Khel Sanchitacha.
Because I have a memory of a movie that we've been a part of. You and me.
That was much before this show.
That was much before this show, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I remember, this is something that I must tell to our viewers, that we've been a part of a short film in which we were of course playing lovers in that short film, and
it was a shocker short.
It was a shocker short film. Not much to be given on that though, but I still remember, and I still remember though that you were asking me, तुम्हाला त्यावेळेला विचारायचीस की मला मराठीत काम करायचं आहे, because I was doing Avantika at that time. की मला मराठीत यायचं असेल तर
मृणाल ताईला पण भेटायला आले होते.
What should I do? So I told you, firstly start speaking Marathi.
Yeah, I know. That was before that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did a lot of short films as well.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But then I think the game changer in the biggest way was Natrang.
Yes, it was. But before I did Natrang, taking you a little before that, after doing that show, Ha Khel Sanchitacha, that was a dance oriented. She was a young girl who's learning Kathak, and I know nothing of Kathak.
You're not a trained dancer.
I'm not a trained dancer. So I had to get my nuances right, my mudras right. I did a little bit of a workshop because she was not a trained, she was learning to be a Kathak dancer. And there I got Gadhva Se Lagna. That was also a dancer.
Right.
Rambha.
Right.
From Gadhva Se Lagna, I got my first film as an actress, which was Bakula Namdev Vakhare. And after doing all dance oriented thingy till then, my director asks me, "Tula dancing yeta ka?" So honestly, because he had not seen nothing of my work, आणि बकुळामध्ये पण नाचाचं काहीच नव्हतं.
रवी जाधवांनी तुला हा प्रश्न विचारला होता.
हां.
Okay.
So बकुळाच्या वेळेस nobody knew that I could dance. Everybody was like, "She's a good actress," and fortunately I won all the awards that year. I won Best Actress for my first state award, debut award, all the awards, and that's when everybody noticed me. Oh, he Naveen Sonalee Kulkarni aali.
I like that.
That's where Ravi Zadhav noticed me, and he called me, not immediately but after a lot of time. He called me about a few months after that award function, because I think he was still working on the script. So he said, I saw you there receiving an award for Best Actress, which means you are a good actress. But can you dance? So I was like, याला आता कुठून सांगायचं की मला नाच येतो की नाही. सो आय मेट हिम आणि तो मुंबईला ठाण्याला राहतो आणि मी पुण्याला राहते. सो आम्ही असं ठरवलं की बापरे आता मी मुंबईला जाणार किंवा तो पुण्याला जाणार, त्याच्यापेक्षा आपण काम करूया, आपण एक्सप्रेसवेला भेटूयात. अँड वी लिटरली मेट ऑन द फर्स्ट met on the first food mall just after the tunnel. It was raining, June, July, and we met in the CCD. We coffee pita आम्ही. He showed me the poster of the film.
Wow.
असं खूप rarely होतं की a director meets you with the script, with the poster design, with the release strategy, with the music.
Because of the advertising background.
With the music itself. So त्यांनी खूप काम केलं होतं.
Fabulous.
And that's how I got Natrang, and
because
the whole world knew that I could dance.
Because I still remember one of our common friends had mentioned to me that the way she's danced in Natrang, believe me, तिला ह्याच्यानंतर काहीही करायची गरज नाही. No, people told me that she's done so well that that's it. You know, Amol had said that to me.
Wow.
You know, and that was one of the best things. So that actually, kind of gets me to the next thing, because being in the film industry is not so easy. It's a lot of struggle. It's a lot of hard work. So I also want to know a little bit about the struggle. And then how do you combat the competition? Because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
You know, since the time you've come in, we've had this huge new bunch of generation of actresses, and you've never spoken about any one of them. You know, you're always very cordial with everyone. I've always seen you being friendly with each and every one of them. How do you maintain that calm?
Where do I start from?
I think you should start with your struggle first.
I think struggle is never ending. Everybody says ki, you know, you have to struggle till you get the first break. But honestly, first break is destiny. There's no struggle in that. You don't know, you're knocking at every single door. You don't know which door opens into, life-changing phase.
True.
But it's destiny.
Yes.
I understand there's a lot of hard work and giving a lot of auditions, meeting a lot of people. There is struggle. But once the door is open, the struggle is only twice, not less. With every single movie, you have to prove yourself again. If the film does well, you have to prove that the next film is also going to do well. That's not a fluke. If it doesn't do well, you have to keep doing it better till it succeeds.
Yes.
So any which way, whichever way you go, this or that, you never accomplished.
My God.
There is the struggle is never ending. Like you said, after I came, so many people have come. Today, when I actually look back, it's been 10 years of my journey. This year is my 10th year in this industry. And honestly, it's not easy to survive, sustain and maintain for these 10 years.
Exactly.
Despite the competition, despite proving every single day. I was actually watching Shah Rukh Khan's talk at the TED Talk.
At the TED Talk, yeah.
Yesterday. And he started with saying that, hi, I'm Shah Rukh Khan and I'm 51 years old and I'm an aging star. And I look in front of the mirror and I feel, oh my God, should I fix my skin? Should I fix myself? I'm always trying to prove. Somebody like a Shah Rukh Khan who's been there in this industry for more than 20-25 years.
About 30 years now, close to 30 years now.
Who has changed the definition of stardom in India, abroad and everywhere, has to struggle. Then imagine what kind of struggle we have to do.
Absolutely.
So
totally.
There's always less to talk about it. Struggle is, but I think that's what keeps you on toes. You're always trying to do something better than yourself. Talking about the competition that you have around, I think I have always felt that only for myself, because it's a cliche sentence that we always use, the statement that we use, never compare your first chapter with somebody's 20th chapter. It's cliche, but honestly that should be the philosophy of life. You don't know the kind of struggles that I have gone through in considering my background, my present, considering my psychology, considering my upbringing, considering my socio-economical status, considering my cultural background. Everybody comes through a completely different phase.
True.
Hence everybody is different, and hence everybody's struggle is different,
Yes.
and hence everybody's journey is going to be different.
Absolutely.
So how can, even if we've started together
Yes.
with the short films,
Yes.
we do have different
Different
journeys.
stories altogether. Absolutely.
You have your own struggles, I have my own struggles. We are both successful and struggling at the
Still
same
struggling
time.
at the same time.
And in our own
Exactly.
phases. So I hate comparing myself with anybody.
So you don't look at any of your contemporaries as a threat or anything at all?
No, because when I started, I never saw somebody else's work around me and said, "मी पण येते, मी पण येते, मग आपला आता पण रेस सुरू करणार आहोत आणि whoever wins will get the film." That's never the case.
But you know, you've been on the top of the game, and everybody is aware of that, because when people look at Marathi film industry, you know, when you look at the fresh breed of actresses, your name is definitely one of the first, first names that comes onto the board, and which I think is a big thing. You know, when I saw a film like Mitwa, I felt that, you know, this is the genre that she has to work in. She looks perfect doing romance.
Yeah,
That's the
I love
best
doing
thing.
romantic
You know. Then when I saw Poster Girl, I was like, oh my God, I never thought, I honestly never thought you could play that character so easily, and the accent was so spot on. I think that was congratulations for the award though, you know. She's just got a Best Actress award for the movie Poster Girl, by the way, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That brings me to the next question. Let's take a walk, and you know, while we talk that.